Alright, here's the bike we did a video a little while ago, about a few hours ago, about how we're going to, people comment about it and figure out what we're going to do next year for it. Plan change. Things happen. So I had a customer come by to pick up some cams. I have a bunch of used cams here for early twin cams, take out junk so it's like new. And he was talking about his wife had an accident on her Sportster and totaled out and needed the bike, and if I had anything for sale or floating around or knew of anything. I said, well, I got this one right here, and he couldn't see it because it's buried behind all the junk. And then he said, well, that might work. So, okay. So we're going to go ahead and do some maintenance on it, fix a few things, and I'll do some videos on that, and then we'll get it started up and running and see what condition this thing is in, and if she likes it, then she'll buy it. If not, then at least it'll run. Then I'll put it in storage, but we'll see how it works out. But anyway, she needs a bike, so it's a little bit bigger than a Sportster, but not a lot. They're pretty light. It's probably actually lighter than her Sportster when you're actually riding it, because the weight's a lot lower on the rigid frame. But anyway, we'll see how it works out. So the plan is to get it running and make sure it's a good running bike and everything for her. So if not her, then it'll be ready for someone else. So I went ahead and changed out the tube on the tire. I was going to videotape that, but didn't happen. So it's now holding air. We'll see how long it holds it for. So I got a few things I brought out that I need for sure. The petcock leaks and it's puking rotten, stinky ass gas everywhere, so I gotta change that out. I pulled the cover off to see what kind of ignition was in it, and it's got that kind of ignition, air ignition. As in, there ain't no damn ignition in this bike. So I got an ignition kit to put in it. I already knew about the battery, not concerned about that. And I see the carburetor's been worked on because there's no cables on the carburetor, so that's a good sign. Something going on here. And it's got some kind of an air cleaner on here that's not fully mounted. And I'm not sure what they got going on here. They got a breather on here with no carburetor support. And you got exhaust pipes that are basic carburetors laying on the exhaust system probably, or right on it, top of it. So that'll keep the carburetor nice and warm. And it's also right on top of the oil tank, so it'll keep the oil nice and warm also. It's a very key thing you want to do on your oil tank, is keep it warm. So I'm not really a big fan of these pipes. So he had a set of pipes he thought used that might fit on it. I said, bring it by, I'll put them on for you. So anyway, we're going to work on the motor a little bit, get the ignition put in tomorrow, pull the carburetor off, check it out, see what's going on. It's got a 1-inch carburetor spacer in here, which just moves everything out 1 inch, so I'm not sure why that is needed. So I'm going to see if I can put the correct backing plate on here. It's an Ultima carburetor, so I'm going to have to see what they got going on the air cleaner department. But I got to do something about the air cleaner. And if we can move it in a little bit, that'll give her some more leg clearance, which will be a big plus. So that'll work. And I got to go in here and fix the battery cable where it's rubbing on the inside in here. So when these rub through and go arc, it starts a fire, because this whole thing becomes a big glow stick. And if there's anything near it to burn, like a battery, it'll light it on fire. It'll definitely smoke the piss out of you and scare you, and get a little bit of flame going probably too. When that thing goes short and you dump all your power of that battery into there, yeah, it makes a big mess. So we'll see what's going on with that. The rear brake seems to be working good. I had it up in the air turning, it's good. So that's all a big plus. So I gotta check them. I'm gonna do the neck bearing adjustment a little bit. They're all right, but I'm gonna tighten them up just a hair. I did a couple checks when I was in the air. Big problem was the master link was put on backwards, the clip. So now I switched around the correct direction. So I need to get some lube on the chain. When you see rust on the chain, it's lack of lubrication. It's really, really tight right here. And it's got about this much clearance everywhere else. So I'm going to lubricate the chain. We'll take it for a quick run and see how it feels. And If it's still tight in this one spot, I'm going to loosen the axle up, because this is you're supposed to adjust the chain at the tightest spot, and that's not quite enough clearance. So this has a BDL system on it. Just spill some oil on it or something, I guess. So anyway, it's got a BDL 3-inch open on it. It's got a 1/2-inch offset primary on here, and a 1/2-inch spacer right there. So that makes room for your 180 tire that's in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and put a whole ignition kit in there. That way I don't have to worry about, I don't know if this coil's good or bad. It looks good, but yeah, whatever. I'll just put a whole new one system on there, and it should take care of your ignition. The oil is dirty, but not stinky or really bad. So see, that's still dripping up here. So I'll put the rag right there. Let's get the nice stinky dirty rag. Yeah, like one of these. This one's pretty dirty. That one's definitely dirty. Petcock's leaking. Somebody disturbed it when they moved the bike. So I got a new petcock right there I'm going to put on it. Take care of that problem. So anyway, we're going to clean this up a little bit tomorrow, and I'll show you what I do on it, and we'll go from there. So, but still leave comments on what you think we should do on the other video, and then we'll, if we get another project, at least we know what you kind of want to see. So anyway, that's it for this one for today.